Good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and remove all hats for the presentation of colors and the singing of the national anthem. Okay. Stand by. Color guard, attack, hut. Forward, march. Color guard, halt. Left turn, march. Present, colors.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red
right turn, march. Please be seated. Good evening. I'm Angela Chin, President of the Class of 2016 and President of the Maryland Association of Student Councils, and welcome to Charles Herbert Flowers High School, a mecca of excellence. Charles Herbert Flowers High School opened in August of 2000 and was named after a humble man from our neighborhood, Mr. Charles Herbert Flowers. He was an original Tuskegee Airman and the first African American to become a primary flight instructor at a time when many people believed that African Americans lacked the intelligence to fly airplanes. An honorable man, Mr. Flowers embodied the characteristics that we wish to emulate as graduates of Prince George's County Public Schools: the determination to learn, to serve, to lead, and of course, to be great by choice. Charles Herbert Flowers High School is a place where academic success has been celebrated since 2000. Under the leadership of our former principal, Helena Nobles-Jones, and our current principal, Mr. Gorman Brown, our students have been constantly pushed to achieve our best in everything we do. Our special programs include the Science and Technology Program, Project Lead the Way, Academy of Finance, Junior Air Force Reserve Training Corps, Fire Cadet Academy, Pro Start, Early Childhood Education, College Summit, Work Study, internships, and dual enrollment at the Prince George's Community College. Outside of the classroom, we have the opportunity to participate in student government, great team sports, and the fantastic music, arts, and drama programs. We are recognized for our accomplishments at school-wide honor roll ceremonies, award banquets, senior inauguration, and senior signing day. All of our students had the opportunity to graduate, ready for college and careers. During tonight's event, Dr. Maxwell will be presenting an update on the state of our school system, and he will be highlighting many of the Prince George's County Public Schools' major initiatives. Our school system has served me well academically, as well as provided me with the opportunities to learn and grow through my involvement in student council, debate team, volleyball, robotics, and the National Honor Society. I have also gained the skill set and the motivation to pursue admission to the United States Naval Academy, the United States Air Force Academy, and the University of Maryland College Park, among other higher learning institutions. Upon graduation in June of 2016, I'll be the fourth of my family to graduate from this Mecca of excellence. Thank you for coming this evening. There's an exciting and informative night ahead of you. Welcome to Charles Herbert Flowers High School. At this time, it is my pleasure to present to you the Charles Herbert Flowers Green and Black Marching Machine. Thank you.
Good evening. Wow, how about those incredibly talented students? Let's give them another round of applause. The Charles Herbert Flowers Marching Band and Drumline. Let's also give our warm appreciation to our hosts, the great students and staff here at Charles Herbert Flowers, led by the great principal, Mr. Gorman Brown. Mr. Brown, I was in the guidance office for a meeting today. I felt like I was back here a couple of years ago with my son. Thank you for everything you did. It's great to be back home at such a great institution. All right, folks, so what an exciting night this is. I'm so happy to be here today. On behalf of the Prince George's County Board of Education, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you to the 2015 State of the School System Address. My board colleagues who are in the front, please stand up and help me welcome these great people, our guests today, to this special event. Let's give them a hand. One of my colleagues was my Vice Chair Carolyn Boston, someone she can't quite stand up. All right, thank you. My friends, it's another great day to be a citizen of Prince George's County, and it is a great night for the Prince George's County Public Schools. Our school district is complex and sometimes challenging, but every day we work tirelessly to provide a quality education for our students. I'm so pleased to see the audience tonight, and we know we have in our audience our students and parents, our educators and school leaders, our business and community partners, our elected officials and our citizens who know that a great county is possible only when we achieve greatness in public education. I want to take this special opportunity also to welcome, I think, our county executive. He's either here or on the way, Rashawn Baker, who's going to be here with us this evening, and our friends in the county council, most of whom are on the Eastern Shore at a conference, but representatives from the county council are here today. Let's give them a round of applause as well. So public education, we know, is the greatest investment we can make for our students and for our county. My board colleagues and I are proud and humbled by the profound trust you have placed in us as your elected and appointed representatives. We want you to know that we hear you. We've especially listened during last year's important budget discussion. We heard your enthusiasm and support for moving this school district from good to great. We heard our parents tell us that we must make a renewed investment in access to early childhood education, in improved special education services, more genuine partnerships and collaboration with parents, and hiring and retaining great educators. But we also heard you tell us that we need to give you more evidence, and we will provide you more evidence that we are spending our resources well. More evidence that the innovations we are making are improving outcomes for students, and more evidence that the trust, time, energy, and resources that we are investing is paying off for our students, for our families, and for our community. Fellow Prince Georgians, we listened and we are taking action. We've reimagined and renewed our mission, vision, and core values. It included extensive input from educators and community members just like you. Our vision is clear and compelling and states Prince George's County Public Schools will be a great school system recognized for providing education services which ensure that every student in our diverse school district graduates ready for college and careers in a global society. Our vision is powerful because it sets us on a path toward future success for our students and this school district. It means that we will be great for all students, not just those in certain neighborhoods or certain programs or in certain income brackets. You see, in our vision, all means all. It means that our greatness will be recognized by our students, our parents, our community, the media, and anybody else paying attention. And friends, this vision is supported by a bold and comprehensive plan. Last spring, Dr. Maxwell and his team presented a brilliant and compelling strategic plan that is the new North Star of everything we do as a school system. The goals of the plan are ambitious yet achievable. Our students will meet or exceed the state average in SAT and ACT college readiness exams. 90% of our students will graduate on time, and 100% of our students will be college and career ready when they graduate. Simple, profound, and doable, my friends. Our plan also calls for being open and transparent about our progress, and that's what tonight is all about. This State of the School System address is an opportunity to celebrate our progress and success. It is also a time for us to recognize our challenges and to share what we will do to close the gap between our vision for greatness and our current reality. As both the board chair and a parent, I have the unique opportunity to interact with so many amazing teachers, students, parents, leaders, and advocates. I experience and learn so much each and every day. Let me tell you just some about the exciting things that have happened in our district just during the past week alone that you may not have heard about in the news. First, now Dr. Maxwell will soon share some of the details about this, but the sports victories by our students that happened this week reminded us all that we can compete athletically with anyone in this state or across the nation. You know, just this past Monday, I was at a national conference for professional development attended by educators and experts from across the country. It was right here at the National Harbor down the street. There I learned that the Prince George's County public school system is a nationally renowned leader and expert in the area of school leadership, support, and development. In fact, this week, dozens, yes, you deserve a round of applause for that. This week, dozens of educators from all over the country visited schools right here in Prince George's County to learn how to support and develop leaders in the right way. On Tuesday at that same conference, the Benjamin Falloy Middle School's dance ensemble performed before several thousand participants at the conference. These talented and graceful young women demonstrate that our student artists are among the best in the country and indeed the world. Now, yesterday I learned a more sobering lesson when the state released our park scores that were below the state average. Now, while these results clearly show that we have lots of work to do, we also need to, as I know my many educators in the room understand when I say this, we need to unpack the data. That means we need to dig deeper to get the full story of what this information reveals, something our friends in the media rarely bother to do. When we do that, we see a story of hope, showing, for example, that our students perform as well or better than students with similar background and demographics. We know that's not enough, but we know when we look at this data, we see that there are schools and programs and classrooms and teachers that are working to help students excel every day, and we will learn from them and replicate those examples. And finally, just this morning, President Barack Obama, joined by some of my coworkers at the National Education Association, in fact, signed into law the Every Student Succeeds Act, finally ending what many have called the test and punish regime known as No Child Left Behind. Those who know about that deserve a hand. We have finally left behind No Child Left Behind. Wasn't soon enough. But this new law, Every Student Succeeds Act, you'll be hearing a lot more about that in the coming weeks and months. And this new law is going to give Prince George's County a new and unprecedented opportunity to forge a path to our own greatness. No longer will our children and our schools be judged solely by the results of a single one-size-fits-all fill-in-the-bubble standardized test. This will be an opportunity to judge our students' abilities to succeed in the world, not simply based on math and reading scores, but based on their creativity, critical thinking, work ethic, collaboration, and compassion. Make no mistake, our students can and will do dramatically better on the PARCC exam in the coming years. And we must recognize that just as we are already at high levels athletically and artistically, our students will do the same in every academic pursuit. And most important as I close, friends, our students will graduate ready for college and career and ready to succeed, not because we taught them how to pass a test, but because together with our parents and the community, we taught them how to think, how to achieve their dreams, how to support their communities, and how to thrive and lead in a diverse and ever-changing world. Friends, your Board of Education will remain steadfast in our pursuit of this vision. We will continue to represent your interests. We will continue to hear your voices, and we will continue to take action to improve our schools and this great county. Now, I'm going to pass over now and have the distinct honor of welcoming my friend and our Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Kevin Maxwell. Tonight, he will share with you the state of our school system and deliver his budget proposal over the next fiscal year. I know you'll be excited and inspired by his remarks. Now, as I bring him up, I know any of you have heard Dr. Maxwell speak, already know some of his story. He talks about it a lot, that he's a hometown kid, graduated from Prince George's County Public Schools, spent time at Prince George's Community College, served our country in the military, and graduated from the University of Maryland at College Park. Go Terps. Many of you have heard that, but many of you may not have had the pleasure, as I have, to know Kevin, the funny guy, the big-time sports fan, the committed family man, and one of the most progressive, accepting, and compassionate leaders I've ever met. I'm proud to call Kevin Maxwell my colleague and my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming CEO Dr. Kevin Maxwell.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Eubanks, and thank everyone for being here this evening. It's a really important night. I'm incredibly honored that I have the privilege of serving you as your CEO. Tonight, I will speak to you not just about the state of our schools, but also my budget recommendation to continue modernizing and transforming Prince George's County Public Schools. Take a moment to think about how large and complex we are. We are the second largest school district in the state of Maryland. In a nation that cherishes public education, we are one of the 25 largest districts in this nation. If we were a corporation, the size of our workforce would put us in the same category as many Fortune 500 companies. Our student population alone could fill the cities of Hampton, Virginia, or Stamford, Connecticut. And in this great place we call Prince George's County Public Schools, there are many chapters in our history book. The majority are stories of success, tenacity, and innovation. Others tell a tale of tough days and dark nights where we weren't certain if we would make it to the dawn of a new day of hope and promise. Tonight, we begin writing the next chapter of our story. We must decide if that chapter is simply about getting through the next school year or about creating a new Prince George's County Public Schools for the students we have now and for the generations to come. The most recent chapter of our story required strength and perseverance as we weathered the Great Recession, which brought one of the worst funding cycles at both the state and local levels. As we embark on our next chapter, I look into the audience tonight and I see the hopeful faces of students whose story remains mostly unwritten. I see our elected officials who rise to the challenge every day to make our democracy work, create a better place for us to live, and want our students to receive an outstanding public education. I want to take a moment and personally thank all of our elected officials at the local, state, and federal level. Your tireless efforts are more than appreciated by me and by the over 129,000 students and families whom you represent each and every day. I see our parents, whose greatest wish is a better future for their children and for them to know that they are loved, treasured, and important. I see our teachers, who are real trailblazers. Each day, you move us down the path to greatness. by doing so much more than just sharing a lesson in a classroom. You are counselors, advocates, and cheerleaders. I see our principals, whose leadership is essential to our success. We all know that you cannot have great schools without great leaders, and I am so proud of your diligence and your drive. I see my executive cabinet and my Board of Education, who carry out the huge responsibility of governing and setting in motion the strategies for excellence. I see our building maintenance teams and cafeteria workers. I see our school secretaries and security officers. These employees and their colleagues feed tens of thousands of students, welcome and assist thousands of parents, and protect hundreds of thousands of students and employees. Without all of you, our business of educating children would cease to exist. I see our business partners who devote their time, their energy, and financial resources because they too want to be a part of Prince George's County Public Schools. I know there are groups of people I may have missed, but my point is we are all in this together. We are one team at the beginning of the next chapter of our story, the promise of Prince George's County Public Schools. It's a promise we make to ourselves, whether you are a bus driver or a board member. A promise we make to the students in our district today and to those who will fill our classrooms tomorrow. A promise we make to our parents so that you can trust us to provide a quality education in a safe and secure environment and know that your children will succeed. It is a promise for a better tomorrow today. Please know that these are not empty words. I know very well that some among you will say, "I've heard it all before." This time, you're hearing it clearly and you're hearing it from me. Let me tell you some things, though, that you may not have heard about our school district. The state of our school district is strong. We are delivering on our promise of Prince George's County Public Schools. For the third year in a row, we have increased enrollment in our schools. To date, nearly 6,000 more students have joined us. Our school district is growing steadily, reflecting growing seeds of trust, a strong vision, and our ability to deliver on our promise. As I've shared with you before, our graduation rate is now at an historic high of 77%. Thank you. No matter how you look at it, we have made great progress. It shows we are delivering the academic rigor that results in more and more students walking across the stage and receiving a diploma. In 2015, we had a first. The inaugural class of students graduated from the Academy of Health Sciences, who graduated with both a high school diploma and an associate's degree. There was even more reason to celebrate. 100% of the students were awarded a total of over $8 million in scholarships. The Academy is just one example of the academic choices that are not only meaningful to individual students, but also relevant to their success in the 21st century. To support student achievement in elementary school, we offer all-day pre-kindergarten programs, the majority in our Transforming Neighborhood Initiative areas that face significant economic, health, public safety, and educational challenges. Additionally, we now have 41 arts integration programs, although just over a year ago in September, we were only in the pilot stage. Arts integration is an innovative teaching strategy that merges dance, music, theater, and visual arts with the core curricula for subjects such as language arts, social studies, and science. Our outstanding work is starting to be noticed. Take a look at this recent news report.
So this is three-dimensional art.
But this is not an art class. These third-grade math students at Capitol Heights Elementary in Prince George's County are using art to help shape their understanding of multiplication. What's 3 times 5?
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
They're retaining the information better because they're actually doing things with their hands.
Using art to make visual math equations and drama and science class to demonstrate the life cycle of a plant.
Arts integration is when you teach in and through the arts. It engages the students. It's very interactive. Students are excited about learning.
And gather for a celebration.
The pilot program started last year at 15 schools in the county. This year it has expanded to 41 schools. With the goal of improving academic achievement, research shows arts integration can positively affect learning, especially in subjects like reading and math.
When you do it with like graphics and pictures, it helps you understand better.
It makes it easier to learn and makes it more fun.
In Capitol Heights, Kelly Lynn, ABC 7 News.
So, thank you. I hope some of you saw some of those clips when they weren't having the technical difficulties we seem to be having tonight. And I apologize for that. But I think it is important to understand that we are being widely recognized for our work in arts integration. We've had a number of really good reports done on that that's gained national attention. And so with the video not working properly, that's one thing, but the work is working properly. Our district is on the forefront of instilling our students with the importance of being good stewards of the environment. Our environmental literacy efforts have also been nationally recognized, and our green footprint is expanding with new relationships with the Maryland Biolab, our Green Team, and of course the flagship offerings at the William Schmidt Outdoor Education Center. And this fall, we opened 2 new international high schools designed to meet the academic, social, and emotional needs of English language learners. Our international schools are part of a growing and successful nationwide network that is based on the International Network of Public Schools. Thank you. As an educator of nearly 40 years, I am convinced now more than ever that students who are bilingual, biliterate, and bicultural will most definitely have the upper hand living and working in our global society. And whether you want to enter into one of our 12 Career Academy programs, begin your college journey while still in high school with our dual enrollment college programs, or push yourself to earn the highly respected International Baccalaureate Diploma, there is an academic offering in our school district that will prepare you for college and career. For this, I am very proud, and you should be too. Team Prince George's County Public Schools is 24,900 strong. I'm proud to say that as a result of our hiring efforts, we began this school year with the lowest teacher vacancy rate in recent history. This achievement is reflective not only of excellent staff work, but of the increasing desire of individuals who want to come work for our school system. We continue to work collectively and honor our agreements with our union partners. I'd like to take this opportunity to formally recognize our union partners who are in the audience tonight. Thank you all so much for your hard work and your partnership on behalf of the employees you represent. And we are building a high-performing workforce that is critical to delivering on the promise of Prince George's County Public Schools. One of the crown jewels of our work in this area is our relationship with the Wallace Foundation that Dr. Eubanks mentioned. As a Wallace grant recipient, we are part of a select group of urban districts who are advancing the national conversation and the work on leadership development. Our goal is to develop and sustain a first-class cadre of outstanding school leaders and principals. As a result of our leadership development efforts, Wallace gave our school system a unique grant this summer. We were selected and funded to provide technical assistance to other large urban school districts across this country. Let's take a look at how our collaboration is already benefiting our students. Let's see if we can get this one.
As a principal, I believe that building instructional leaders is the foundation of moving teacher practice, which inevitably moves student achievement as a whole.
Creating leadership capacity is an ever-evolving process. You're never done. You have to constantly nurture your staff and offer professional development opportunities that are going to meet the needs of the students and increase student outcomes.
Straight to class. Good morning.
When I became the principal of Mary Harris Mother Jones Elementary School, it was a different experience. You kind of think you're going to walk in and everybody's just going to love you and just going to follow everything you do. And I kind of found myself in the beginning being a lone soldier, working alone and trying to build my teachers' capacity and move student achievement, and I found it to be very exhausting, and it also wasn't very effective. So that's when I started getting into the idea that I have to build teacher leaders throughout our schools.
Our outcomes for today are to determine the mathematical practices.
The process for me moving instructional leadership happened gradually. It was not like I sat down and said, okay, all of these people are my instructional leaders. I sat back and I watched. I attended collaborative plannings. I went into classrooms and observed instruction. I watched for those teachers that came to me with all of these ideas that they just wanted to take and run with. And that's when I started to select who would be instructional leaders.
So I just want you to look at both of these charts and tell me what you see. Miss Brown wants us to excel, and she sees stuff in us that most of us don't see in ourselves. Me, for example. And when I became grade levels chair, she told me the year before that I was going to be. I said no, but she was like, I think you have it.
So what did we see before we put the ice on? What did you see?
I started behind the scenes, in a sense, developing their confidence to speak up and develop them as leaders. Part of passing on the leadership was building a culture of collaboration within our school and not just leading from the administration team.
The next thing we're going to do is we're going to discuss the assessments that we have. So the instructional council will meet once a month, and it's all the grade level chairs, pre-K through 5th grade. This year we're focusing on data. What does the data at our school tell about our students and about our teachers as well? If we had to choose one assessment here to move student achievement in literacy, which one would you choose based on your grade level and why?
The role of the grade level chair. We are the stepping stone, the bridge between the teachers and administration.
The collaboration process also allowed for grade levels to talk across. So kindergarten talking to 5th grade and 4th grade talking to 2nd grade.
How different is the 4th grade SRI from the 5th grade SRI? Is it more paragraphs?
Ms. Brown is always present at our instructional council meetings. She's there to guide us, but she doesn't necessarily lead the meeting.
She's also there to give us things to think about. She doesn't always give answers. She gives us questions, and she challenges us to come up with solutions together and really wants this to be a collaborative effort, because if we buy into it and we come up with it, then we will run with it.
We always connect that back to you're going to have to be a support system for each other this year.
You got to go one step further after they know this. Now draw it for yourself.
Right.
Because when you come to the assessment, you can't have this anymore.
We use the phrase pushing back on each other's thinking here at Mother Jones because we don't like to just make blanket statements. If I question something that another teacher has said, or if teachers question each other, we like for them to go ahead and put that question on the table. And we like for people to understand that when that pushing back, that song and dance that we do is not to offend anyone, it's not personal. It allows you to see things through different lenses.
What did you notice about the structure?
I was explaining to Mr. Prater.
This is my first year as grade level chair here at Mother Jones, and so far I've already seen changes and growth in our staff. The dynamics are different compared to my previous year.
This year is the first year that most of our teachers have opened doors and are now like, hey, I'm willing to get help. I want to be helped. I want to work with someone.
Now we have instructional leaders that understand what good teaching strategies look like and are comfortable with making mistakes. Watching them go and do this, especially people who thought they could never lead their colleagues before. And then inevitably seeing that work when I come in their classrooms and seeing team members that may have not been the strongest instructionally start to take those risks with instruction. It's a great feeling.
As you can see, leadership matters, and this grant helps us put outstanding principals in our schools. And other strategic partners, just like Wallace, are paying attention and seeing our county as a place not only for a good education, but an investment into the workforce of the future. Last month, Venture Philanthropy Partners made a major announcement at Suitland High School. A $15 million investment in our schools through a multi-sector partnership that includes government, business, nonprofits, and philanthropy. The initiative is called Ready for Work. They've already raised $5 million that will directly impact graduation rates by supporting our career academies, providing work experience, and readiness training. We also celebrated the opening of the Junior Achievement Finance Park, the first of its kind in Maryland. This financial literacy supercenter provides hands-on money and investment management skills. Our students will leave with the knowledge of how to make good financial choices so they can achieve their dreams. Through our relationships with groups like the Hillside Work Scholarship Connection and the Latin American Youth Center, our diverse student population has more opportunities to rise above challenging circumstances and navigate that transition to adulthood. And last but not least, we have some outstanding athletes and their teams who have brought home a few trophies recently to brag about. This fall, our Bowie High School boys 4A outdoor track state champions led by Coach Rich Androlonis, and the Dr. Henry A. Wise Jr. High School 4A state football champions led by Coach DeLon Parrish. I could go on and on about the great by choice initiatives underway in our district, but I want to spend some time talking about what lies ahead if we simply believe in the promise of Prince George's County Public Schools. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no question that although there are many things we are doing well, our district has big challenges. We know that with the onset of the college and career readiness standards and assessments like the PARCC tests, our students are expected to perform academically at levels never seen before. We ask our students, teachers, and staff to learn and work in some of the oldest buildings in the region. While we provide comprehensive professional development to our teachers, school year after school year, they seek out other districts because we can't compete with the salaries of neighboring school districts. And even with all of our recent improvements, we still have too many students who score below a 4 or a 5 on the PARCC tests. Far too often, we simply accept that we can make do with half a measure that we all know isn't right for our children. There is so much more that can be done, should be done, and must be done. The first step is to start with a strong strategy, set measures for our achievement, and be 100% accountable in that task. Fortunately, we know what it takes. 9 months ago, we adopted a strategic plan for our district, as Dr. Eubanks mentioned. It was the result of thousands of hours of research and collaboration at all levels of this organization. Its focus is plain and simple: boosting academic achievement for all. We didn't stop there. Now, hundreds of staff members are organized into 18 implementation teams who are building out the tactics and strategies necessary to deliver on the promise of Prince George's County Public Schools. Delivering on this promise also requires investment, and that investment cannot continue to be more of the same. I submit to you this evening a budget request of $2 billion that is based on bold ideas that will bring outstanding academic achievement for all students. The first area of our plan is academic excellence. This means the minute our students step into one of our classrooms, they are on a path to be ready for college and career. They will be educated to be critical thinkers, strong leaders, and adaptable, productive citizens ready to succeed in the global marketplace. More specifically, our graduates will meet the requirements to enter college, a technical school, the military, or will hold a license or certification enabling them to enter the workforce within 6 months of graduation. My budget proposal includes an additional $37 million to support this effort. We will finish what we started by expanding and enhancing our best-in-class academic offerings. First, this work begins with our youngest learners. It is our goal to continue expansion of half-day pre-kindergarten to full-day offerings, creating more early learning opportunities. Next, we will create a true feeder. Thank you. Next, we will create a true feeder system for our foreign language and international baccalaureate programs. And my budget proposal will continue to advance our career academy offerings in all high schools so more of our graduates are ready to enter the workforce with highly sought-after skills and certifications. We are also planning a new middle college pre-teacher academy to prepare our own students who are interested in pursuing a career in education. This new program will also create additional college and university partnerships to increase both access and potential for success. Literacy is the key to everything else in school. That's why our strategic plan is centered on it. It permeates every aspect of our work and is our most effective tool in closing the achievement gap. That is why my budget will add more literacy coaches in schools. This is another down payment on the absolutely necessary transportation of Prince George's County Public Schools. And we need more efforts to improve our performance in mathematics. It is no mystery. It is no mystery that the ability to reason, calculate, detect patterns, and learn higher order habits has a rising value in a world where science, technology, engineering, and math touch every aspect of our lives. Thank you. My budget proposal will bring math specialists to work with teachers to improve math instruction. New supports will be available through our expansion of our English language learner program. We will continue to grow and to fund our 2 international high schools. When we create more opportunities, when we create more ladders of opportunity, we provide the chance for all of us to reach our greatest potential. We know that new programs cannot be implemented without the right people in the right jobs. Our strategic plan calls for all instructional, administrative, and support staff to perform at the highest levels of excellence. Before I outline this part of my budget recommendation, I would like to pause a moment and thank the employees who serve our students every day. Too often, thank you. Too often, in the fast pace of the school day, we do not stop to reflect on the important work we do and the tremendous impact we are making. Let's recognize each other with another big round of applause for your amazing work, dedication, and commitment to the children of Prince George's County. For every person who is a member of Team Prince George's County Public Schools, and for those who were not able to join us tonight, it is important to me that you are healthy and have access to benefits that are affordable and of high quality. To be sure, we are providing high-quality health care services, and we began a comprehensive review of our benefits program this year. First, we conducted a comprehensive dependent eligibility verification audit that resulted in $7 million in cost avoidance. Second, we negotiated better contract terms with our prescription drug providers that will bring guaranteed rebates of another $7 million through 2016. And finally, we made adjustments to our prescription drug plans that maintain access and help us avoid $3.8 million in costs in the coming years. This is just another example of how we're improving our organizational effectiveness, one of the important components of our strategic plan. All of these are part of a district-wide effort to eliminate any unnecessary expenses and bring more resources to the classroom. To that end, tonight I am proposing almost $43 million in salary enhancements for our employees. Because we live in one of the most competitive educational hiring markets in the nation, these funds will be used to attract and retain our educators. I'm also requesting an additional $5 million for professional development for our employees. These funds will be used to create a new school-based professional development program to complement our system-wide one. We know that every school has a unique set of needs and challenges, and this program will award schools the funds they need to design professional development training that is best suited to their schools. Now, I want you to imagine going through your day on an empty, growling stomach, not sure where your next meal is coming from, or trying to take a final exam in a classroom that is either too hot or too cold. Here's one we talk about all the time, trying to learn in a classroom that has too many students. Unfortunately, these scenarios happen far too often in our school district. Achieving the promise of Prince George's County Public Schools also means improving the environment in which our children learn, an essential part of our strategic plan. My budget will move us along the path to creating more inviting, welcoming, healthy, technologically equipped, and culturally sensitive school and office environments that promote success. It also creates a second shift for maintenance staff to more efficiently make repairs when students are not in the classroom. We will be able to bring on additional bus drivers so that we can continue to transport our students safely and improve our on-time arrivals. And we'll continue to provide a healthy start to the day by further expanding our breakfast program. My proposal will draw down class sizes, particularly in kindergarten through second grade, by increasing our funding for student-based budgeting. So far, I've presented to you a budget proposal that modernizes and improves our school district through investments in our people, our academic offerings, and our school environments. But we know that academic achievement for all comes by involving more than just teachers, school staff, and administrators. Parents, volunteers, citizens, businesses, and other organizations all have a role to play. My budget proposal focuses on the importance of family and community engagement and includes monies to launch our very first parent university. I believe the foundation for our children's success begins at home, and our Parent University program will be our most comprehensive outreach program to date. It will assist adults with the important job of helping their children reach their fullest potential. Through engaging in interactive sessions in person and online, the Parent University will provide information on how to navigate our school district, connect to resources, and advocate for their children. Tonight, I've told you about some of our successes, and I've been honest with you about some of our challenges. I've laid out a roadmap of how we will achieve the promise of Prince George's County Public Schools. I've set forth a vision for our next chapter. The proposal I have outlined tonight is a $2 billion investment in our school district. Every dollar spent in this budget will impact our students. Ladies and gentlemen, I do not make these proposals lightly. I realize these decisions are difficult, and I'm not asking for a blank check. Already we've made cuts to all central office programs, and we've implemented a hiring freeze. I'm asking that our state and local elected officials, along with our Board of Education, work with me to change the way we approach education and its funding. I am asking that we accept the hard truth that our education system will not improve to the place we want it without more funding, and that every child deserves the opportunity to succeed. Thank you. I am asking for your help in creating the necessary funding base to pay for it. I am asking for us to join together in the spirit of collaboration and courage to write the next chapter of our Prince George's County Public Schools story. Most of all, I am asking you to believe. I believe in each and every one of the 129,000 students in our school district, and I know that no one is more directly impacted by our challenges than they are. They still believe and strive for excellence. Look at what we saw here so far tonight. They are the reason I am still standing here with no intention of giving up on the promise of Prince George's County Public Schools. What we can be, what we should be, and what we will be if we just have the collective courage to believe. Let me be clear. I am committed to fulfilling the promise of Prince George's County Public Schools. Ladies and gentlemen, are we going to give our children what they need to thrive? Do you believe that today is a new day of opportunity to do right by them? Or shall we continue to shrug our shoulders and say someday we'll adequately fund our school district? Do you believe now is the time to deliver on the promise of Prince George's County Public Schools? It starts if we just believe. It starts in this very room tonight. I want to end my address with a quote from my favorite poet, Robert Frost. It's from his poem, Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. The last stanza of the poem reads, "The woods are lovely, dark, and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep." Ladies and gentlemen, we have promises to keep. We have promises to keep to Hazel, a student right here at Charles Herbert Flowers High School. At age 12, she was the youngest student enrolled in the Science and Technology Magnet Program. At age 13, she began taking college courses, and to date, she has completed 14. She spent her summers on college campuses like Harvard University and Georgetown University, taking advanced study courses. And she's not only known for her academic achievements. Hazel is the founder and president of the AP Crusaders, a program aimed to help students excel on their AP and college exams. Hazel was also noted for bringing forth change in our school district. As the youngest scholar at Charles Herbert Flowers High School, Hazel did not qualify for the dual enrollment program because she was not old enough. Her motivation and her determination identified a need for change. Effective April 2014, any student in the 11th grade, regardless of their age, can now participate in our dual enrollment program. And we have promises to keep to Carlos, who is just 14 years old. And last year, he traveled alone from Honduras to the Mexican border. Eventually, he was reunited with his mother here in Prince George's County. He spent an entire year in one of our schools not speaking English, not knowing the culture, but doing everything he could to get an education. Today, he is a student at one of our international high schools. He is learning English, and he is thriving. We have promises to keep to Leonard. When the school district rolled out full-day pre-kindergarten at 8 sites for the 2013-14 school year, the Crichton family couldn't have been happier. At the age of 3, Leonard was enrolled in an early childhood program that was not only a financial burden to the family, but was not meeting his educational needs. You see, Leonard was diagnosed with cataracts at age 2 and was struggling to identify the letters of the alphabet. His mother enrolled him in the full-day pre-kindergarten program at Cora L. Rice Elementary School and found the perfect fit, an instructional program where his teachers were willing to give him the extra support and learning strategies he needed to succeed. Leonard is now in 2nd grade at Cora Rice, and he's reading at grade level and loves math. He enjoys playing and watching golf and is already planning a future career as a heart surgeon. Coincidentally, his mother, Shanae, was one of my former students at Northwestern High School. I'd like for Hazel, Carlos, Leonard, and all the rest of the students we have in the room to please stand. Can we have a few lights? Don't sit down yet. Turn around and look at the audience. Ladies and gentlemen, don't sit down yet, students. Stand up. You can stand another minute. I know it's getting late. Ladies and gentlemen, these are our children. Your children and my children. They are the children of Prince George's County. They are our Prince George's County Public Schools. They are who we are. I want you to look, audience, into their eyes, and I want you to commit to our promise of Prince George's County Public Schools. For them and for all of the children of Prince George's County. We can do this, and now is the time to do it. Thank you all very much for everything you do for our community and for our children and our schools each and every day. Thank you.